So, Nella, thanks so much for doing this again. And I'm sorry about the sun. Is it
Oh,
coming
it's
into-
fine. No, it's no problem.
Okay. So last time we got together, we spoke about the NHR and how attractive it is and how useful it is. But now, the things that I'd like to say, what happens if you've gone through 10 years of NHR? Now what? Like, what's going to happen to your money? Why is that funny? I like all this. She does this every time she gets nervous. This is never gonna. We've been trying to do this for a year, and
No.
she's been putting it off again and again. And now when we do it, she has giggle attacks. I don't know.
But because you never asked me these questions, and now we're supposed to be so serious. Sorry. Okay.
We don't
here
have to
we
be
go.
serious. We don't have to be serious.
Right. So what happens after? What happens after NHR? Well, when the 10-year period is over, you then fall into the applicable Portuguese tax bracket. So, and the tax brackets in Portugal, they go from 14.5% to
48%.
Yeah, but yeah. So that is, and this is for this year. So every year after the state budget, that could
So
change.
it could change. It could be 75% any minute.
Oh,
I'm just
well,
sorry. I'm just joking. It
no,
won't ever
no,
be 75%.
no. Yeah, so you just fall into the normal tax bracket.
Okay, so after NHR, you're seriously at risk. You're not. It's just horrible. So what do? Are there any solutions?
Yes, of course. Well, one of the solutions you can leave, which is not
But it
the
is.
right
It's
solution.
a
but
lot
it
of people
is.
do, right?
Yeah, I mean, actually, you'd be surprised. Not a lot of people actually leave because NHR has come to an end, because they have then their finances structured in such a way that they are not going to have this huge impact, this huge tax liability after the NHR is over. But some people do opt to leave, mainly because of grandchildren.
Okay.
and
So but when a person leaves, they can actually leave the country for 5 years, come back and reapply for NHR.
Yes,
right?
they can. Yes, they can. And obviously, is it an easy process? No, because if you've come and you've moved to Portugal under a visa, it means that you have to become, after the 10 years, you have to become a non-resident. And when you want to become a resident again, you need to apply for residency, whether it be through a visa, whether it be... if you live in the EU, you don't need a visa, so it's an EU certificate so that you will need to get. So, and then you apply for NHR.
Okay, so say we're about to apply for the NHR, no, and we're looking at it with the future, and we say, okay, look, I know what I want to do after 10 years. What kind of options are there available to me after the 10 years?
Okay, well, there's tax-efficient vehicles that can help mitigate and help minimize the capital gains on investments, because there is something that the NHR does not give you, and that is any benefits or exemption when it comes to the capital gains tax. And capital gains tax in Portugal is at a flat rate of 28%. However, if these investments are originated or if anything comes from an offshore jurisdiction or blacklisted jurisdiction, and each country has their own list, then you would pay 35% capital gains tax. So you need a vehicle, you need something that will give you benefits. And this is basically a life insurance policy. And this life insurance policy, in this structure, you can buy and sell shares, and it does not trigger a tax liability. Whereas if you have it in the bank, as soon as you buy or sell shares, well, when you sell and there's a gain, you pay capital gains tax. In this vehicle, in this life insurance wrapper, you don't. If you don't take any income. When and if you take income, you do have benefits, because from the start till the 5th year, you pay 28% on the proportionate gain of the income you're drawing. From year 5 to year 8, it drops to 22%, or just over past 22. And then from year 8, it actually drops to just over 11%, which is a huge difference between that and 28.
For deaf people like me, so all I have to do is I put all my money in this wrapper, which is offshore somewhere, right?
No, not offshore.
Oh, it's in Portugal.
No, it's not in Portugal. Offshore for a lot of people, it just means outside Portugal. But offshore for a lot of other people actually means blacklisted jurisdiction. So yes, it's offshore. It's not in Portugal. But no, it's not offshore in a blacklisted jurisdiction. So it's outside of Portugal, but not in a blacklisted jurisdiction.
Okay. So for deaf people like me, this goes into this wrapper, this
Yep.
what's it? It's insurance.
Life insurance
thing.
company.
And only when
Policy.
when I withdraw any money from it, then I will get taxed on it. That's right. Otherwise, it's not taxed at all.
No, otherwise it's not tax. It just rolls up tax free, and it's ticks all the boxes in terms of the compliance of the product in Portugal.
And the government's
So-
really happy with it. The Portuguese government.
Absolutely. Actually, I just want to add something very quickly here,
Fine,
because
take your time, babe. Take your time. It's okay.
thank you. I really can't look at you because
I
of
know.
the sun.
I'm sorry. The sun is just a pain. It's really difficult.
But it's something about these life assurance policies. There is something also that the Portuguese government or started off or applied not too many years ago, which is if you are a resident in Portugal and you sell your main residence and you don't want to reinvest into another main residence in Portugal or in the EU, you can actually reinvest the proceeds from the sale into this type of life assurance policies, and you are exempt from paying any capital gains tax on the sale of your main residence in Portugal.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's one way of not having to pay capital gains tax on the sale of a property. And also, it's great for people that have lump sums, that have investments, they can put it in here and they will pay less tax on withdrawals. If they just want it for growth, they never pay tax. So if they want to leave big lump of sum of money for their beneficiaries and they never draw on it, they will never pay any capital gains.
So I want to ask you a question. Okay,
Right.
so what do you spend most of your day dealing with? Do you deal with NHR all the time, or what do you deal with?
I don't do the application, for NHR. What I do is I give a lot of information on NHR, and so I provide information. A lot of people come to me because of NHR, but that is not what I do. And then when we start unraveling, and when we start unraveling everything and we start talking about what people have in place, then we see the necessity of maybe doing something else, not just applying for the NHR, because NHR is brilliant for a lot of people that have pension income, for people that are receiving a dividend from a company, if they are wanting to carry on working and it's foreign income. So those are huge benefits. But then when we start looking at everything, then they do need and have the need to have someone, a financial advisor, a wealth manager, to be able to put everything in order.
Because obviously everybody's got different scenarios, and
Sure.
whenever you need to speak to people to understand their things. There's no ways that Manuela can answer your guys' questions in the comments or anything like that. So please do us a favor, go to algarveaddicts.com/Manuela, fill in the form, and she and her team will get back to you, within a couple of weeks maybe.
No.
No, I know you're busy, but you can get back to it a little bit faster than that.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, send me your questions, and obviously sometimes it's just easy, straightforward questions that we can answer. Otherwise, we can always set up a meeting, whether it be online or in person.
And she doesn't charge for these meetings either.
No.
But please don't waste her time. Thanks so much, folks. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
algarveaddicts.com